There's some discourse going on the internet, and it's like it's along the lines of, "Hey, we can disagree and still be friends." No, we can't. Not with me. I don't want to. I don't want to be friends or even deal with people I disagree with because I can disagree with people on a lot of things. If you know me personally, you know that I argue from time to time. I can disagree with people about anything. But the last thing I want to, but like I can also still be friends with somebody that I disagree with on just a little minuscule level. I'm not gonna stop being friends with somebody because we share a different opinion in the best pizza topping, or the or like who actually wins in a double knockout fist fight or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. We're not like I can argue with people about certain things and still have a little bit of a respect for them. But I draw the line at human rights. I draw the line at a person's right to have access to shelter, a home, healthcare, education. You know, like because at that point it's not about, because I feel like these are things that everybody should have. Everybody should. The moment, like, you have to really take into consideration that the moment that you feel like the phrase "every person should have a home" is a debate. I don't want anything to do with you. The moment that you think that the phrase "every person should have food" is a debate, I want nothing to do with you. If you believe that the phrase "every person should have access to clean water" is a debate, I don't want anything to do with you. There's nothing. There's like you just denied things to people. You just denied three things that could validate somebody else's life. Like that could continue, like that these are things that are important in people's lives, and you're just like, nah, man, I'd rather see people starve out in the streets because they don't earn enough money. I want nothing to do with you. My biggest problem nowadays is that, like, and Republic, like, right wingers, they do this all the time. It's always actually it's like, well, sure, we're monsters that want people to genuinely suffer because we missed the days of slavery, but also, like, I would still want us to be friends. Republicans always want to be the bullies that everybody likes because they think that well, you accepted the black people and they're black. You accepted the LGBT community and they're LGBT. How come you can't accept me because I'm a Republican? Because you're a sociopath. The LGBTQ community, they're not. It's like unless they're a Republican, they're not sociopaths. They're just people who love differently. The black community is just black people who just happen to be born black. But unless, of course, like, because being a Republican, being a right winger, all that other stuff, that's not something you're born with. That's something that you develop. That's something that you grow up with. That's something that you that's something that you can change. There's things in your life that you can and can't change, and your way of thinking is one of the things. Like, why is cruelty the better option for you? Why is making life miserable for people? It's like, why is making life miserable to people an option for you? Do you get a kick out of watching people suffer? What's going on? Some people just shouldn't have things. Why not? I believe that every person should have access to food, water, um, shelter, and that's it. You see, like I said, the one silver lining that I could see out of this completely the successful Republican colonization of America, because like I said, this is colonizer behavior. I believe that America has just been colonized, um, again, by the way. And the one good thing about this for me is that, like, Republicans now control everything. They're in charge. They're the people that are in charge of everything now. So if anything ever goes wrong, you can't scapegoat the Democrats anymore. You can't say, well, the Democrats are no. This is you guys. This is you. You had the opportunity to blame all of your problems on a black woman from California, the first black woman from California. Because then after that, if Harris were have won, you guys could have easily said everything she did was wrong. That's why black women can't be president again. You could have easily had that. That could have been your thing, and instead you didn't. You said let's vote. Let's vote for the guy who sexually assaults women has a whole bunch of white supremacists at his disposal. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't care about the conversation that you want to have, because the conversation you want to have is, well, what's wrong with a little discrimination from time to time? What's wrong with hurting people that you don't like? Well, it's not going to happen to me, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to be fine. You should have gotten better. Get good, scrub. Skill issue. Even though you're suffering too. Like, that's another thing too that I just find miraculously mind-boggling, is that like the same people that are basically saying, well, maybe if you just survived a little bit better and existed in a better context, then your life would be so much better than it actually is. Your life sucks too. Your life sucks too. It's wild to me, man. It's wild. It's very wild, because like now I have to like I say, because. And they're gonna try their best to they're gonna twist themselves into knots trying to figure out how to actually blame the Democrats for everything. And because Trump is gonna make the news into just propaganda machines, like every news is gonna be Fox News from now on, and all the news is gonna be, hey everybody, remember Donald Trump is great and everybody else is terrible. If you disagree with Trump, you might go to jail. But don't worry. All you have to do is just be sure to say that he is the Lord and Savior of America, and you will be just fine. Food is actually very affordable. All you have to do is work harder, liberals. Like, that's going to be news from now on, because Trump is going to get rid of journalism. They're the enemy within. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if somewhere down the line, YouTube, because they're getting rid of TikTok, because kids are getting on TikTok basically saying, hey, this is why everything kind of sucks. This is what's happening. These are specific laws. Like, kids are doing that now. Like kids are getting more and more politically active because of TikTok. So they got to get rid of TikTok so the kids don't grow up and think that way. And now and I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if YouTube and just social media in general would be the same exact way. I'm actually currently right now. I'm currently restricted on Facebook right now, because when Trump won, I had some very unsavory things to say about Republicans, about how they're racist and how they're evil and how they're making life miserable for everybody. And now I can't type anything else because it's misinformation. I don't know. Well, yeah, it is misinformation because Republicans aren't racist. Okay. The majority of the Republicans I've heard, they say that they voted for Trump because they wanted to make life miserable for immigrants. They wanted to just make life miserable for immigrants. If these idiots who walk outside and probably haven't yet to actually see an illegal immigrant, they want to make life miserable for them. I live in Texas. I haven't seen one illegal immigrant anywhere. I've seen Spanish-speaking people who were born here in America, but I have yet to see one illegal immigrant. And I have yet to see, and the majority of the crime that I've seen is from Americans. But sure. Just want to make life hell, like I say, you're gonna, estoy aprendiendo español. Hablo un poquito con los etes de Centroamericano a mi trabajo. Pero mi español es muy pobre. No sé más palabras, pero yo aprendió y practicando con my coworkers. I'm probably gonna get deported just for that. We heard you speak in Spanish one time, and now we know that you are from Costa Rica. I might get. Watashi mo Nihongo hanashimasu. Am I going to Japan now? I don't know what you just said. We cannot be friends. I do not. Like I said, I want nothing to do with these people now, man. It's because also they're not genuine in their intent. They don't want to have a conversation. They don't want to have a conversation. They're trying to brainwash you. They're trying to brainwash me, because their whole thing is, because if I say Republicans suck, right? Then the first thing they're going to say is, well, actually the Democrats suck because the Democrats are bad and the Democrats don't do anything right and the Democrats are they're the ones who are going to, Democrats. Hate the Democrats, not the Republicans. No. The Democrats don't win. The Democrats aren't succeeding. The Democrats are non-factor. As long as, I said this before in my other video, 4,000 like before this whole election, there was 4,498 Republicans like elected in this country. Elected 4,498. Democrats was like 3,692, somewhere around there. There was almost 1,000 more Republicans in current and holding office than there were Democrats. Democrats are a non-factor. So I can't hate the Democrats because they're not powerful. They don't win. You guys win. Every single bad thing that happens in this country now is because of you guys. Because you guys win. But actually, it's the Democrats' fault. I can't. I don't want to hear that anymore because you guys are now the super party, and y'all always have been. Look into American history. We've had more Republican presidents than any other president. If I'm not mistaken, the Republican Party is like the youngest party, the most recent one, and they just somehow managed to overtake the country. Yeah, well, that's because the Democrats are bad. They don't win. You guys won. It's all about brainwashing. It's all about trying to get people to hate the Democrats so that they can hate the Democrats to excuse the Republicans. I'm not trying to hear that. I don't do the both sides thing because the both sides thing means you're going to find yourself just hating Democrats for existing while the Republicans are the ones that are trying to ram you with everything that they got going on. If the Republicans are so good and the Republicans are so progressive and everything like that, why didn't Trump say anything about what he's going to do about white supremacists? If white supremacists are the Democrats and Republicans are trying to actively do things against Democrats, why aren't they talking about what they're going to do to white supremacists? I have yet to hear one Republican say anything about what they're going to do to white supremacists. So either the Democrat, either you're just trying to brainwash me into liking Republicans to spite the Democrats, or the only Democrats you guys care about are the white supremacist ones. Which one is it? I'm tired of trying to like take the devil's advocate at their word because I'm not trying to hear the devil's advocate anymore. Because like the devil's advocate is just the devil now. Nope. That's too nice. Because I don't even think that the devil would be this evil. The devil's advocate is now just a Republican from America. And by the way, in one of my older videos, I did say, I referenced Saudi Arabia when it came to this whole hostile takeover of a whole bunch of bigoted fascist fundamentalists just taking power and just becoming part of the leading group of America. But it wasn't Saudi Arabia. I meant to say Afghanistan, because this is how the Taliban took over Afghanistan. They basically put themselves in power. And now they're in control of women's bodies and everything else. We're okay. This is so I'm gonna start until resistance actually happens and these people are toppled and America is finally free from the throes of white supremacy. I'm gonna start calling America Ameristan. Because like I said, it's not that different from Afghanistan. We got a whole like I say, it's instead of our leaders being Muslim, our leaders are racist, sociopathic bigots. So I don't have time, and I like to think I put my foot down on sexual assault. I'm not a big fan of sexual assault. I don't want to be a fan of sexual assault. There's people out here who voted for somebody who has sexual assault, and you want me to be friends with you. You voted for a guy who sexually assaulted women. Well, so did Bill Clinton and Joe Biden. I don't know anybody who likes Bill Clinton or Joe Biden. I don't know anybody who likes Democrats. I don't know anybody who has a favorite president. Everybody I know says they all suck. So, the fact that you're willing to say, better than Joe Biden, better than Bill Clinton, they were just as bad, just to justify you liking Donald Trump, despite the fact that he assaulted women, just makes you look like more of a monster. Why should I support you? Why should I listen to you? You're a monster. You're not gonna I don't like the Democrats. I don't care about the Democrats. I don't care about liberals. I don't care about all I wanted was to just be able to afford food and get my first home. All I wanted was to get a home and afford food. And instead, I gotta worry about Klansmen, going horseback riding in the neighborhood that I live at, or a church burning down, or cross burnings just happen. Or cross burners. I got to worry about, my favorite books getting banned. I have to worry about my family members like being like strung up. I have to worry about like my I know people who are on health who got like health insurance. They're probably going to die because they won't be able to pay for things that they need to stay alive. I got to worry about that now. I have friends that are in the LGBTQ community, and I bet you right now they're trying like people are like, well, let's start hunting them down. Because that's the America Republicans want. They want people to be hunted down. They want people to be like mistreated. They want people that they don't like hurt. All I wanted was to be able to afford food, which I won't be able to do because things are going to get much more expensive. Wait and see. And I also wanted to be able to get a home, which I also don't know if I'm going to be able to do. All because white supremacists just wanted to be able to say the N word a few more times. This is the world that we're living in. Wow, this is like really perfect too. I like how it was earlier, it's just like really bright, and now it's starting to gray up because storm clouds are coming. It's like a perfect allegory to what America is now. It was at least moderately brighter, but now everything is just gray and depressing. But I don't want to be friends with people that I don't want to be friends with or interact with. And that's, well, you just want to live in an echo chamber. Yes, I do. I do want to live in an echo chamber. I want to be surrounded by people who care about me and who won't hear me say my life matters and try to make a debate out of it. Well, you're a criminal. What if you're a criminal? I'm not a criminal. I'm tired of like basic human rights and basic human needs and just simple concepts that everybody should have being a debate because, well, some people need to have it and some people just shouldn't. Like, I'm not trying to be friends with monsters. I'm not trying to have conversations with monsters. These people out here trying to make it seem like, no, actually, we're just normal people that just want life to be better for everyone too. No, you don't. You want life to be miserable for black people, brown people, trans people, LGBTQIA people, Muslims, everybody else. You just want life to be miserable for people that you don't like. And that's fine. You're allowed to do that. But you should also be okay with the fact that there's going to be people out there that don't want that and are not going to like you because you want that. Do you want people to get rounded up and put in the different concentration camps and hurt and beaten up and mistreated? You want that to happen to people? Accept the fact that you're going to be surrounded by people that don't want that. And I would love to be surrounded by people who don't want that. I would love to have an echo chamber of people who just want like cheaper prices for food and cheaper prices for a home to live in. And I want to be surrounded by people who want like life to be better for everybody and not just for rich white dudes. That's what I want. And if that makes me a childish person who wants to live in an echo chamber, that's fine. I will take that. Because at least those people are decent people. You guys saw a whole bunch of children get massacred at schools and said everybody should have a gun now. You guys talk about how y'all don't want anybody to have access to benefits. Everybody should just work. What about people who can't? Like, that's what y'all want. The America you guys want, you're going to get. You're going to get that America. But, like, just be okay with the fact that nobody else wants that except you. Just be okay with the fact that people aren't going to like you. And also, one thing I also started picking up is that, like, they actually are okay with people not liking them. They're like, I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you like me. Then go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Nobody, if you know that people don't like you and you don't like people, go away. Well, why should I go away? You don't even want to be here. You don't even want to be around with the people. You see what I mean? Like, this is the conversation I'm going to have. I'm not trying to break bread with somebody who doesn't even know what they want. They just want other people to be miserable. That's fine. If you want other people to be miserable, I just wish these people had the stones to just say so. Imagine calling yourself this big, buff, adult alpha man, and you're just so tough and so buff, but just simply saying phrases like you want people to suffer, you don't like people, or you feel inadequate sometimes, so that makes you a little upset. You feel inadequate sometimes, so you feel better when you put other people through misery. These basic phrases can cause your manhood to crawl back into his body, but you're this big tough guy as long as you don't say that. Sick, bro. We cannot disagree and still be friends. If my life doesn't matter to you, I don't matter to you. We're not friends if I don't matter to you. If people don't matter to you, we're not friends. I don't like Trump supporters either, but I'm not going to vote for them to suffer. I don't like Trump supporters either, but I'm not going to vote for them to suffer, even if that means me having to suffer too. We can't make identities illegal because there's no way to disprove the identity. If somebody says that you're a Trump supporter, you can't say that you're not. If somebody says that we're arresting you because you are of this persuasion, you can't prove to them that you're not. They already have their mind made up. Like, wow, like these people, y'all don't care. Like a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people probably gonna die. And honestly, if Donald Trump is gonna become God King of America forever, like how everybody wants him to be, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with possibly dying too, because I would rather live in a world where everybody is treated fairly and respectfully, and homes are cheaper to get, and like railroads are kind of getting people aware, and like I would rather live in a world where people don't have to work hard just to be able to afford water than live in a world chock full of nothing but right wingers just basically saying everything is perfect now, even though life is miserable. I breathe in coal dust, and all the children have AR-15s. Like, I don't know what you guys want. You guys don't know what you guys want, and I'm just gonna give it a couple of weeks before. Like, I'm just counting down the days until white supremacists get together and just say, "Got one, right? String them up." I'm like, dang it. But I do have questions though. Are cross burners going to be a national thing, or are they still going to be exclusive to only? Like, if I don't go to the cross burning, is that going to get me killed? Like, also, and I asked this in my short as well. If a woman can go to jail for having a miscarriage, does the baby also go to jail if the woman dies during childbirth? These are just questions that I'm trying to figure out. Like, it won't happen to me. I'm not going to have kids, but like, I need somebody to explain that to me. When y'all start monitoring people's like fertility rates and stuff like that, is it like how is that not going to be considered, the word that rhymes with corn? Because you're monitoring somebody else's drive. You know what I mean? So you're looking at somebody else and going, yeah. I mean, like, how is that not like? Is that also going? How is that not going to be banned when it qualifies as something that can get somebody off? Just asking. But don't worry about it. Like, you guys, like, if you guys are tired of me, it won't last long before some Proud Boys kick down my door and just AR-15 this whole place or something. I don't know. But no, we like, I'm not trying to hang out with people I disagree with, because like the moment that somebody's life becomes a debate, the moment that a person's life becomes a debate, we ain't friends. You're evil. I don't want to hang out with you. Go hang out with other people who want to debate about people's lives. Leave me alone. Love and peace.